Today's story is Caterpillars on the Move. Mrs. Wishy held a big box on her lap. "I have a surprise for you," she said. "Is it jewelry?" said Chloe. "Is it cupcakes?" said Max. "Is it candy?" I said. "It's something better," said Mrs. Wishy. "Open the box," we yelled. Mrs. Wishy smiled and opened the box very slowly. "Ew, yuck," Chloe screamed. "It's full of caterpillars," and she ran to the other side of the room. "I love caterpillars," said Robbie. "Me too," said Jessie. "They're so fuzzy and cute." "Can I hold one?" I asked. "Sure," said Mrs. Wishy. Mrs. Wishy put a caterpillar in my hand. It crawled up my arm. "Ha ha, it tickles," I said. "Can I have a turn?" asked Jessie. Caterpillar crawled into Jessie's hand. "I wish I could take you home," she said. "These caterpillars are going to be our class pets," said Mrs. Wishy. "For the whole year?" said Jessie. "No, for 2 weeks," said Mrs. Wishy. "We are going—" "Why only 2 weeks?" said Jessie. "Because they're going to turn into something else," said Mrs. Wishy. I know, said Robbie. "Butterflies." Mrs. Wishy nodded. "Each caterpillar will make a chrysalis." "What's a chrysalis?" I asked. "It's a cocoon," said Robbie. "A caterpillar stays inside its chrysalis while it's changing," said Mrs. Wishy. "What does it look like when it comes out?" said Jessie. "A beautiful orange butterfly," said Mrs. Wishy. We played with the caterpillars every day. Jessie fed them lots of green leaves. Robbie found them twigs to climb on. The caterpillars got bigger and bigger and fatter and fatter. One morning I ran over to the caterpillar cage. "Oh no!" I yelled. "What's the matter?" said Jessie. "One of the caterpillars is missing." "Let's look for him," said Mrs. Wishy. "Ooh," said Chloe, and she jumped up on a chair. "What are you doing?" said Mrs. Wishy. "I'm afraid of a caterpillar," said Chloe. "You're such a scaredy cat," said Max. "Be nice and help us look," said Mrs. Wishy. Jessie looked in the sink. No caterpillar. Robbie looked in the crayon box. No caterpillar. I looked in the bookshelf. No caterpillar. We looked and looked, but we could not find the caterpillar. A few days later, I went over to the caterpillar cage. "Now the caterpillars are missing," I yelled. "But are they really?" "Oh, no," said Robbie. "Let me see," said Max. "Where'd they go?" said Jessie. "They're not missing," said Mrs. Wishy. "They aren't?" I asked. "Where are they?" "They're hanging from the top of the cage," said Mrs. Wishy. "But I don't see them," said Jessie. "Each one is resting in its chrysalis," said Mrs. Wishy. "Do you see that green pod?" asked Mrs. Wishy. "That's the chrysalis." "Yes, that's the chrysalis," said Mrs. Wishy. "Each caterpillar can stay inside for 2 weeks." Robbie started to laugh. "What's so funny?" I asked. "I found the missing caterpillar," said Robbie. He pointed to the ceiling. We all looked up, and right next to the light was the little green chrysalis. "Will he be okay up there?" asked Jessie. "He'll be fine," said Mrs. Wishy. "No one will touch him for the next 2 weeks." 2 weeks later, we already ran into the classroom. "Today's the day," we yelled, and we looked inside the cage. The butterflies had hatched overnight, and the missing one was flying around the classroom. Mrs. Wishy used a net to get it back into the cage. "They're really pretty," said Chloe. "I don't know why I was scared." "What are we going to do with them?" said Robbie. "Follow me," said Mrs. Wishy. Mrs. Wishy carried the cage outside, opened the lid. "Say goodbye," she said. "Goodbye," we yelled, and we watched the caterpillars fly off into the sky. Have a good day.